Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are diving deep, literally sinking our teeth into one of the most incredible street foods on the planet, the Gua Bao. You've probably seen it, maybe you've even heard it called the Taiwanese hamburger. That super soft, fluffy steamed bun packed with delicious, savory pork belly. But let me tell you, it is so much more than just a tasty snack.
Oh yeah, packed inside this one simple-looking bun, you've got this incredible story of migration, some seriously clever wordplay, and get this, a tradition of literally eating your past mistakes to kick off the new year. I know, right? It's a lot to cram into one little snack, so let's unpack it. All right, first things first, let's talk about that nickname, the Taiwanese hamburger. And look, on the surface, it kind of makes sense, right? You hold it, you eat it, it feels a lot like a hamburger. And that name definitely helped it blow up and become this global street food superstar. But the real story and its real names, oh, that's where things get way more interesting.
Okay, this is where the real fun kicks in. You see, the Gua Bao is kind of like a food with a secret identity, or actually a bunch of them. It has all these nicknames that are often even more popular than its real name. And every single one is just packed with meaning, with wit, and with a whole lot of good luck. So the first one is just awesome because it's so visual. It's called Tiger Bites Pig. Just look at it for a second. That big, white, fluffy bun, it's opened up just like a tiger's mouth, right? And what's it biting down on? A big, juicy slice of pork. It's a perfect visual metaphor. But the real genius here is something you can't even see.
The brilliance is all in the wordplay. So in Mandarin, the phrase for a tiger bites pig, that's hu yao ju, sounds almost exactly the same as the phrase for hold on to fortune, fu yao ju. How cool is that? So when you're eating a tiger bites pig, you're not just eating a snack, you are symbolically eating away all the bad juju from the last year, and at the same time, you're biting down and holding on tight to all the good fortune for the year ahead.
And believe it or not, the luck just keeps on coming. There's another super popular nickname, wallet pouch. And again, it makes perfect sense. Its round, folded shape looks exactly like an old-school coin purse that's just stuffed to the brim. So eating it is supposed to symbolize filling your own wallet with wealth and prosperity. This one little snack is promising you both fortune and riches. Not a bad deal.
So all this talk of luck and renewal, it actually builds up into this really powerful cultural ritual. The Gua Bao isn't just about getting lucky. It's also a tool for forgiveness, for a fresh start. And this is especially true during the big year-end festival called Weiya. And I love this tradition because it's just so human, so honest. The thinking goes like this. Over a long year of doing business, maybe you told a few white lies, a little bit of exaggerated sales talk, things you didn't really mean. So at the Weiya feast, eating a Gua Bao becomes this deeply symbolic act. You take all those little untruths, all the bad luck, and you literally wrap them up inside the bun. And then you eat them. You just wipe the slate completely clean. It's a pretty delicious way to start the new year with a clear conscience, if you ask me.
All right, so we've got a snack that bites fortune and eats your lies. Pretty amazing, right? But where did this thing actually come from? Well, its story is a total classic, a tale of migration and brilliant adaptation. Get this, the Gua Bao is actually an immigrant. Yep, its ancestor was a dish from Fujian, China called Fuzhou Tong Bao. The thing is, it was a really soupy, kind of messy dish. So when people started migrating from Fujian to Taiwan, they needed food on the go, something portable. So what did? They ditched the soup. And that's how they created the convenient, dry-style bun that we know and love today. It's really a perfect example of that universal story of migration, how people adapt their food, keeping the soul of a dish but changing its form to fit their new life.
And of course, a food this awesome has to have some larger-than-life myths attached to it, right? One legend says it was invented by the super fierce General Zhang Fei from the Three Kingdoms era. He just cut open a steam bun and stuffed it with meat. Simple. Another story gives the credit to the brilliant strategist Zhuge Liang. The story goes that he used these meat-filled buns to replace human heads in a local sacrificial ritual. I know, totally heroic tales for a heroic snack.
Okay, so we know the history, we know the symbolism. Now let's get down to what makes the Gua Bao so ridiculously delicious. It is all about that perfect balance of textures and flavors. Everything, and I mean everything, starts with that iconic bun. To get that perfect, pillowy, cloud-like softness, the dough is kneaded and fermented not once, but twice. But here's the really clever part. Right before it gets folded and steamed, a super thin layer of oil is brushed on the inside. Why? Well, that little trick is what makes sure the tiger's mouth can open up perfectly without sticking together, so it's all ready to be stuffed with goodness.
And then there's the filling. Oh man, the filling is the absolute soul of the dish. First, you've got that melt-in-your-mouth pork belly. It's got to be half fat, half lean, and it's slow braised in this amazing, fragrant mix of soy sauce, sugar, and star anise until it's just ridiculously tender. But all that richness needs a counterpoint, right? So you've got these tangy pickled mustard greens that are sautéed with just a little sugar to balance them out. Then on top of that, a generous layer of sweet, crunchy peanut powder for texture. And it's all finished off with a little fresh cilantro. It's just a perfect symphony in every single bite.
So when you think about it, from a messy, soupy meal to a perfect portable snack, from a tiger's mouth to a wallet full of cash, the Gua Bao is the perfect reminder that food is never just food. It carries history, it carries culture, and it carries our hopes and wishes for a better future. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What kind of amazing stories are hiding inside your favorite food?